Hi there, Victor Pross speaking to you, anarchist artist. Isn't that just beautiful? Alright, today I would like to talk about freedom in relationships. Freedom in relationships. Okay, let me just kick right into it. There's all different types of relationships. There's partnerships, there's business relationships, there's romantic relationships, family relationships, basic friendships, and you could say that it's a matter of, just like in the market, where there's a trade of goods and services, there's also trade within relationships. And what kind of trade would that be? Well, it depends on the nature of the relationship. If it's a business relationship, let's say that you're doing business with somebody who's your supplier, you have a company, it's whatever, it doesn't matter. It's you opened up a restaurant, and you have suppliers, and you give your buckola, the the overhead, for various supplies, whether it be the plates and or the plates, the food, and whatever the supplies is to operate your business. You have suppliers, you have customers. I mean, it's a trade of goods and services. So that's the nature of that relationship business. You could be a consumer, you could be a buyer, whatever. You get the idea. You give your bucks and you get the goods and services in turn. Now let's say that you paid for some kind of service or a product, and it was to be delivered to you, but you never got it. Well, you would be purposely, or you would be quite righteously, pissed off. And say, hey, what the hell's going on here? I mean, you would inquire into it and seek to rectify it and find out what's going on there. And I'm sure that your actions would be pretty swift and pinpointed and taking action to rectify whatever the problem could be. Is it some kind of misunderstanding? Are you being ripped off? But the point is that you laid down your money. Where's the product? Where's the service? So that's the nature of that type of relationship. It is a trade by mutual consent for mutual benefit. And that's the nature of business relationships. Now, we can ask, what is the nature of trade when it comes to personal relationships? And I mean here, of course, any type of personal relationship that falls into the realm of the personal. It could be romantic, or just a friendship, or family relationships. What is the trade there? What is the exchange? Well, I would say, and I'm just sharing my thoughts here, let me know what you think, the nature of that relationship is spiritual. Now, I'm an atheist, of course, and I'm using the word spiritual in an entirely secular sense. And I don't mean to get all new agey or anything like that. That's not where I'm coming from. Okay, I'm not getting into the pop psychology books about and talking very airy-fairy about these types of things. I'm just getting down to the brass tacks. I'm just being very all pragmatic and scientific about it, okay? Because, I have personal relationships in my life, and I ask, what is the nature of this relationship? What am I giving to it? What am I taking from it? And I feel that, within a certain definition, I'm coding it with a secularism, because I am not theistic, but it is a spiritual relationship. It's, or you don't like the word spiritual, let's go with emotional relationships. So, that's the nature of that relationship. You get companionship, you have fun, you have support, you have emotional support, all those good things, all those nice little juicy things that makes life so much more pleasant to live when you have intimate, connected bonds. Now, we have to look at the world and we have to ask ourselves, why is there's so many unhappy, dysfunctional, horrid relationships going on that spanned years where the people do nothing. They just, the years of their life drip through the hourglass like sand. It's irretrievable, and their whole life is wasted in these types of relationships. Now, I'm talking about like serious abusive relationships, not just physically abusive, but emotionally abusive. I mean, some of the things that I've heard in my lifetime, some of the things that I've experienced is just absolutely astounding. What people will put up with. You know, the condescension, the browbeating, the manipulation, the insults, the degradation. It blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind that people would put up with this. But they're quick. If they did not receive the service that they had expected when it comes to the marketplace of trade, well, they're up in action. They're up in arms. They're on the ball. They're getting down to what the hell the problem is to rectify it. They could be pissed. They could be, but they're taking action. It doesn't matter. But when it comes to personal relationships, they're passive and gooey, and they just roll over and take it up the ass. I mean, not everybody. I'm just talking about those people who are take it up the ass and are passive. And we got to ask, like, why? You know. Why would these people do that to themselves? Allow themselves to be just walked all over. And some of the reasons I would think that that I've come, when thinking about this type of thing, that I've come up with is that let's take family relationships, for example. I would say that generally speaking, all types of relationships, just like anything else in the universe, is something that has to be nourished and maintained. Just like the physical world, you got to comb your hair, you got to wash it, take care of it, or it gets matted and filthy and dirty. You got to take care of your car, got to change the oil, got to do this, got to do that, or eventually it would break down sooner than you want it to. It will decay, erode, die out, become worn down. You got to take care of everything in the physical, material universe. Your health, everything. Your car, your stereo, your health. And the same goes with your personal relationships. Personal relationships have to be a transfer of spiritual values on a 50-50 equal basis. So, why do people put up with bullshit? Well, when it comes to their family relationships, a lot of people just feel that they're born into that, and there's nothing that they can do about it. It's just kind of like something that it's a metaphysical designation, a fatalistic type of predestination of that. There I am in that family, so I guess I just got to roll with the cosmic dice that gave me this type of crapshoot. And they just figure, a lot of people will treat the cable guy that comes with all kinds of niceties. How you doing? Oh, and then the next thing you know, they're turning around and they're mouthing off and just degrading and being condescending to a family member. But they're all nice and peaches to perfect strangers. I mean, you got to ask, like, what the fuck is going on there? And a lot of people just think that family relationships are just something that's it's a bond. It's just that it's a concrete bond that will always be there. So why do I have to work on being nice because this person is just in my family? Family's thicker. Family has become a fortified cult in that sense. It's just something that's rooted into the nature, into the fabric of reality. I'm here. This is my family. I got to hang out with them. I got to do the turkey dinners. I got to do the Christmas bullshit. Meanwhile, you're thinking if you're not happy in your relationships, you're thinking about all those times that you could just flee and escape and get away from it. If you have a happy family relationship, God bless you. Wonderful, outstanding. You won the cosmic crapshoot. But I'm talking about those type of family relationships where the person is in a very unhappy rut. And a lot of people just don't figure to treat their fellow family members with any kind of due respect is because they just feel, hey, I'm in this fortified cult just like you are. and it's rock solid, so it's going to be there. It's indestructible. You know, and proximity accounts for a relationship. You know, being in the same room with somebody constitutes a relationship with that person as far as they're concerned. And we dropped from the same hole. We came from the same mother, so or you know, whatever, right? Could be cousins, siblings, or your mother or father, whatever. So I don't have to work on this thing. And a lot of people take that type of mental set and they take it to their friendships too, where they figure, well, I don't have to, you know, work on this. You know, it'll just go on its own merry way and work itself out. Well, it's not. A relationship like anything else, whether it be a family relationship or a chosen personal friendship or romantic relationship, like anything else, has to be worked on. Okay, it's not something that just rolls out on its own accord. It's nothing that where proximity, being hanging out once in a while and being in the same room with that person and going to the family functions or scooting along to the friendships where you're just going along for tagging along on this or that type of thing. If there is no bond, if there is no emotional value there, then it's not a relationship. It's just people hanging out. Okay, they're in physical proximity is not a relationship. So that is that's what I think about when it comes to relationships. They are a spiritual transfer of values. Everything in this life is a trade. Everything. And a trade is nothing to be designated as something as horrid and terrible and bad. So long as the people are benefiting, achieving their happiness, getting what they've paid for, and what you get to what you pay for could be negative or positive. But if you find yourself in an abusive type of relationship and you just roll over and figure, well, there's nothing I can do about it. Well, there is something you can do about it. You can end the relationship, okay? In some cases, it might be tough to automatically do that. It could be emotional. The emotional separation could be a very difficult thing to break off relationships that are just bringing you great misery. But that's the battle that you have to do. There's no philosopher or guru, or in my case artist, that can give you some magic formula words to rectify that. You have to work that out. But I'm just telling you that this life is short. Though this life is short, it's like a fucking wink, okay? And if you waste your time, your precious time, on bullshit business relationships where you're not getting what you're constantly paying for, then that's the bed that you've made for yourself. And the same goes for personal relationships too. What are you getting from that relationship, and what are you giving that relationship? You have to nourish what is of value to you, and you have to take what due values are your way. Okay, so I consider this an introductory video. If you like what I have to say, if it makes any sense with you, resonates with you, I'd like to do some follow-up videos. Thank you for listening now, though. Take care. Pop goes the culture.